All right. What it do, everybody? What it do? What is up with y'all? Here we are again. Another week has flown the fuck by.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here with another round of our weekly live readings. So, do we got a decent little list of pre-orders?
Yeah, about average.
Cool. All right.
We got a couple people in here already. Hello.
Yeah, that was quick.
Oh, a quail's already here. He's already up there.
Oh.
Okay, so somebody on Facebook said that Roadrunners eat quails. And yesterday I was in the backyard and there was a freaking Roadrunner and I had to scare him off because there was all these quails in our yard. And this Roadrunner, he's not scared of people at all. And I was throwing rocks at him. I mean, I missed, but I was trying to shoot him away. I didn't really want to hit him, but anyways, yeah. He was just unfazed. He didn't even care.
Those things run from coyotes. Come on, man. Me.
I mean, I just didn't think that they were that unfazed. It's still a bird. It was so sad. I was like, I am not watching a freaking quail get murdered in my backyard.
Well, if you think about it, Roadrunners and quails kind of have something in common. Don't they walk more than they fly?
Yeah.
But quails are like little Humpty Dumptys that can't really walk that fast.
Oh, little T-Rex legs. They're wobbling.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
They are cute as shit, though, man.
Yeah, I love them. I get them so
Especially when they got a little family of babies behind them. You see mommy and 5 or 6 little itty bitty babies trailing behind her. It is the cutest fucking shit you will ever see in your life.
But apparently that's what the Roadrunners eat. They eat the baby quails. And yeah. I'm wondering if that's why we haven't seen that many baby quails this summer. Because I've been seeing Roadrunners. I have been seeing them. And then after I saw somebody's comment saying that, I was like, wow, oh no, that's not good. But there wasn't any babies in our yard. It was just, I call them the teenagers because they're in between the babies and then the adults. Yeah. So
we haven't seen many babies this year.
No.
Last year when we first moved in, they were everywhere. Mama with babies everywhere. Every time you turn down the street, you would see a mama with a trail of baby quails behind her.
I know.
This year, though, I could probably count on one hand the number of times I saw that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if the Roadrunners have been getting them.
It's possible.
Really sad. All right. Sad. So, G, are you here in the chat with us? I did email you. So if you're not here, I will have to skip you for now. I didn't get me a water.
Go ahead and do it. So by the way, y'all, any of you who are new to this, all the readings are going to be time-stamped in the comments. So if we're sitting around and hanging out and bullshitting and moving slow and you're in a hurry, you're more than welcome to go do what you got to do if you have to. Your reading will be time-stamped in the comments when this live stream is done, just to let you know.
Yeah, and then you can come back later, watch it in a week from now, 2 weeks, a month, whatever. All right, well, I don't think that person's here in the chat, so we can go ahead and move on to the next one. And then, as always, if you want to participate, it's $22.22 per question. The booking link is pinned in the comments. All right, first we're going to start with B, as in Victor. Says they are a Taurus. Can you see a relationship coming in on the cards for me? And if so, when?
No, we usually don't really do the whole when thing. And there's several reasons for that. I don't know if you purchased my course on Manifesting Financial Abundance, where I break down and explain the quantum physics behind how manifestation works. But if you happen to look at that would, and you understand that concept, then you would understand why, even if I did tell you when, that would trigger you to reverse manifest it. Like, let's say I said, okay, I see a relationship coming in November. By the time November gets here, you're like, all right, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? When they come? Who is it? Is it this person? And you would push it out. You would get in the way. You would clamp down on the quantum field, and you would reverse manifest it and push it out. See that happen all the time. All the time in the tarot community with readers that don't really have an understanding of the quantum physics behind the energetic apparatus that is the matrix that provides your life experiences for you. I can see what's due to come in next. Judgment reversed. That's past energy that's still with you. Well, I wasn't even going to look at that, damn it. But I think it does. I'm not going to hammer too much on the past. Now, if you come to me for a general personal reading, that's the first thing I look at is the status of your last soul contract. But since these are the live readings, I want to just look and see what is due to come in next. I think you have a karmic contract that's due, but there's still a karmic tie to someone from the past. I don't know who. I don't know when your last relationship was. Hopefully, when I say that, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Because if you don't, if your last relationship was so long ago you forgot the person's name, then that's bad news. Because that's when it's going to be really, really hard to dig that up and process through it and release it. But you do have another karmic contract due. You do. So that means somebody, the next person that you connect with is going to be somebody that you have unfinished business with from a previous lifetime. And hopefully you don't connect with this person anytime soon, because right now, this person's not in a very good headspace, to put it lightly. Right now, in this moment, this person's going through some shit. And if you brought them into your life, it would probably turn very ugly. Let's see what the second spread says. Ooh, 5 of Wands. Ooh, 7 of Swords again. Tower card. Well, if you do connect with this person anytime soon, be careful. Be very, very careful. Be very picky and choosy about how the energy feels when you connect with someone. Basically, what that means is try not to get into a relationship because you are lonely. Try not to get into a relationship because somebody makes you feel so good that it makes you forget about all your problems. Be careful for that. When I say be picky and choosy about how the energy feels, what I mean is what you're looking for is energetic clarity and transparency with someone. And it's really hard to do that when you're blinded by an invigorating explosion of emotions that's so intense that you forget about everything that you got going on in your life. So, you do have uncleared karma that is due to come in. So I don't have the authority to tell you not to engage. But I can tell you that if you're careful and selective and picky and choosy about how the energy feels, you'll probably make the decision to disengage on your own. Okay? So, and after that, that's your last karmic contract before you're a vibrational match to your divine life partner.
Oh, now that stupid fan, it like never wants to spin when I tell it to, and then I walk away, and then it's like, okay, I'm ready now.
Manifestation 101.
literally.
You had to let it go.
All right, next is for Aqua76, who is an Aquarius, obviously. We have 3 questions for this person.
Oh, wow.
So the first one is, why is my sister Carara trying to remain angry at me and not allow us to move on? That's this person.
Okay. Well, first of all, she's not preventing you from moving on. First of all, she believes that whatever it was that made her angry, she's putting a boundary down. Now, is this coming from a place of like well-intended intentions? I don't know. But in her mind, she's putting a boundary down and doesn't want that boundary to be crossed again. But she's not preventing you from moving on. She's not doing that. She's putting her foot down and putting a boundary down, basically, is the only way I can really describe that. And especially either one or two things. Either A, you all have been through this before, or B, she believes that you will go through this again. Have y'all done whatever happened between the two of you? Have you done it before? Have you all been around the block like this before? If so, then I think she's drawing a boundary and not going to let that cycle repeat itself again. But if not, maybe for some reason she just doesn't believe that that cycle wouldn't repeat itself again. Yeah, Chariot. Chariot, she's not preventing you from moving on. You 100% can move on. 100%. Yeah. Devil card again. So for some reason, like I said, she's putting down a boundary and either doesn't want to repeat the cycle again or doesn't want to repeat the cycle at all. That's not preventing you from moving on, though, because this is a karmic tie, and karmic ties can be untied and undone. And depending on your spiritual path, I got to be real careful the advice that I give. All I can really tell you is that remaining karmically tied to someone, whether it's a family member or a friend or whoever it is, that will hold you back on your spiritual path. It will. I think this is actually from a bigger, more spiritual perspective happening for you. You know, this is giving you the opportunity to untie from this karmically, and then you never know what will happen after that. Just because you cut a karmic contract, heal from and release something, that doesn't guarantee that you'll never see that person again. If anything, that would increase the chances of a successful reconciliation later on down the line, because that energy has to be cleared. So yeah, I think that's how I would handle the situation. If that's what you want to do, okay, let's do that then. I mean, I've gone through the same thing with many of my family members. Same thing, you know, and it's like, okay, is that the game you want to play? Okay, let's play that game. Let me step away, release it, transmute it, move past it, and make something fucking happen in my life. And then we'll see if you can catch up to me. All right. So that's what I would do. What's the next one?
Okay, so then the next one is she communicating with anyone else in a negative way about me?
That might be hard to look at. I'm not it's really hard for me to look at the close personal details of somebody else's personal private life unless it's something you need to know. And most of the time it's not. Because if she is, knowing that won't help you. It'll just hurt you, you know? So I'm not really allowed to give you information that's going to hurt you. Again, unless it's a need to know. I can look at her feelings, energies, and intentions. Look at the energy coming off of her, 7 of Swords. Probably. Do I think she's going out of her way to go around and spread rumors? No. But yeah, if your name comes up in conversation, yeah, she probably has some unkind things to say. You know, oh well, it happens. Like I said, this is something that I think could really do you a lot of good. If you could figure out how to channel this energy properly, you could transmute this into something that could make miracles happen in your life. Actually, you know what? Honestly, a big part of the success that I manifested was transmuting the negative energy that was created with my family. You know, that if you can figure out how to channel that properly, it can make miracles happen in your life. But to answer the question directly, probably, yeah. Yeah, if your name comes up for whatever reason, like I said, I don't think she's going around making it a point to drag your name through the dirt. But yeah, she probably has some unkind things to say if you come up in conversation. And again, on the spiritual healing, evolutionary, or manifestation path, you will experience lots of problems like that. Lots of them. Oh, lots of them. Oh, wait till you start manifesting. Oh, shit. Wait till you start actually moving up the mountain. Then it gets worse. Oh, then it gets real bad. That's going to be a part of the path. And what it is, though, is it's a test to see, are you going to let that pull you down? Or are you going to take that energy, transmute it, make it your bitch, and use it as fuel? It can either be your greatest asset, or it can be a weapon formed against you that will prosper. It's kind of what you choose to do with it.
Was that 2 spreads?
Yep.
Okay, and then her last one, I think we might need more information on. Is my attention to house and organization where it needs to be? Is it important for me to get the house ready, or should I be focusing on something else?
Yeah, I'm not sure what house, ready for what, is what I'm kind of curious about. Is she in the chat?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, what house and ready for what? You can email her and
I did.
See if you get a response back. I mean, for now, like I always say, whatever you take action towards, pay attention to how the universe responds. Because should I is a very loaded question that comes with a very loaded answer. What does should I mean exactly? What does it mean if I should or should not do something? Does that mean, is this the path the universe wants me to take? Or does it mean, is this the path that's going to be the easiest and produce the most fun, pleasurable outcome? Those two things have nothing to do with each other.
So you want to wait for her response?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
So go ahead, and if you're watching this, check your emails, because I emailed you, and then you can just tell me the answer, and then I'll add it. And then if I get a response before part 2, we can just add you to part 2. Or part 1 if you write back soon enough. Okay, next it was for Danny G, who's an Aries. It says, do you see a potential for new love coming in soon? I ended a relationship with a Scorpio a month ago that should have ended a year ago.
Uh-oh. Well, I can tell you one thing. You don't want it to be anytime soon. Because if you just ended it a month ago, I promise you, you are still on a vibrational frequency that aligns with that situation. Some people don't like to hear it when I say that, but that's just the way energy functions and behaves. The human body can't change vibrations too quickly, or it would kill you. Your heart couldn't withstand it. Your cardiovascular system couldn't withstand it. You'd have a stroke. You would have an aneurysm if you try to make a vibrational change too fast. Something that should have ended a year ago just ended a month ago. I can see what's due to come in next, but I can tell you right now, your number one priority is healing, not a new relationship. Let's just see what is due to come in next. Ten of Cups reversed. 5 of Wands, yeah. Okay, so now you don't have anything big and miscellaneous due to come in. So there's nothing left but your divine life partner. And I can tell you right now, just from a place of vibration and energy only, you're nowhere near a vibrational match to that person yet. Nowhere near it. That doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person or a stupid person. This is just the way energy behaves, right? You're not going to rebuild the engine of a car in less than a day. You're not going to completely release someone's energy, totally transmute a toxic situation and heal from it in less than a year. You can do a lot of work in a year, but if it only ended a month ago, I promise you, if you do grab somebody and bring them into your life here anytime soon, you're going to experience a vibrational representation that complements the last situation you were in. Right? So the good news, though, is that there's nothing left but your divine life partner. Let's see what the next spread says. Justice reversed. Two of Swords reversed. Okay. All right. So nothing is due to come in anytime soon. Does that mean that you won't grab somebody and try to bring them in anytime soon? No, that's not what that means. There's nothing left but your divine life partner. That's all that's left. So a healing journey is really, 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 really important now. We want to do the best that we can not to get into a relationship because we are feeling lonely, because we are feeling broken, you know, and I get it, it's hard. Just like it's hard not to run to the bar and get drunk when you're feeling lonely and broken. I get it, you know, but you got to be really, really, really careful. You always want to check your energy and check your vibration. Okay. There's no judgment behind it. I'm not saying good vibration, bad vibration. What I'm saying is whatever your frequency is, you're a magnet to people, relationships, situations, and scenarios that resonate harmoniously with that energy. All right. So if you're still broken, empty, and incomplete, you'll attract a broken, empty, incomplete person and manifest a broken relationship. In a nutshell, it gets way deeper than that. But there's nothing left but your divine life partner. I know that's not going to be anytime soon. If you do connect with somebody anytime soon, be extremely careful. Extremely. Do the best you can not to attach yourself to anyone anytime soon.
She said, no more karmics.
Not that I'm seeing. If there was, you must have passed it up, but not that I'm seeing.
Later. Ain't sad about that one.
Yeah.
Pass it right on up for good. All right, next we have Brad, who is a Leo. He says, does Rod miss me?
Rod. That's an interesting name. I got a tarot deck coming in today. I forgot about that. Boom, Hierophant. Okay, so this is tricky. So the individual in question is a codependent. And that doesn't, usually when we hear that word, we immediately think that that means desperate, needy, and clingy. And it can, though that energy can manifest itself that way, but that's not what it means intrinsically. So this person is an individual who is very, very empty and incomplete in here, and looks for relationships, friendships, whatever, to fill a void, basically. So the codependent, it's hard to say because they don't, and it would depend on how long the two of you were together too. If you're in the chat, let me know, because I got to dance around this, because how long you all were together would change how I would interpret this. But usually your average codependent, they get into relationships not for the connection. It's a service to self type thing. It's all about how you make me feel, you know? It's all about the void in my heart. It's all about how I feel. And if something happens between the two of us, either we break up, or maybe I just get tired of it because I've been with you for so long that you're not filling my void anymore, then I'm on to the next. I'm just chasing the next person who's going to fill this void. So this is one of those things where, and again, I don't know how long you all have been separated either, but I think it will catch up to this person later on down the line. But right now, this person, I think he's trying to distract himself from this, if that makes sense. So at a deep level, yeah, on an unconscious level, but consciously, I think this person's trying to run from this and hide from it, basically. Let's see the second spread. Six of Wands. I think at a real deep level, yeah. At a real deep level. But, yeah, he's trying to distract himself from this, you know. Does this person have any kind of like addiction issues or anything? That's not uncommon for people embodying this energy to turn to some kind of substance to block it out and numb it, you know. Doesn't have to, but that's not uncommon to see that. I would say at a real deep level, I think so. But I think it's really going to catch up to this person later on down the line. You know, when all is said and done and the dust has settled, it's probably really going to hit this person. All the trail of destruction behind it.
Oopsie.
Oopsie poopsie.
I forgot to turn the super chats off.
Oh.
What is it called? Studio.
Oopsie poopsie.
Oh yeah, so just to make an announcement, please do not send any super chats. These are not super chat readings.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, I'm on mine. That's right. But the thing that sucks is like I turn it off for these readings, and then I always forget to turn it back on during the week when you do your main channel, your other readings. I'm like, dang it.
Oh.
And then people are always like, where's the super chat? Where's the super chat? And I'm like, oh yeah. You guys always remind me though. Because I'll be like moderating or something, and then they're like, how do I send whatever? I saw the dumbest freaking brain rot shit last night. Oh my God. I was moderating one of your videos, and then I scrolled you know, and how it's kind of like it shows you all the lives,
Yeah.
kind of like TikTok does, I
Yeah.
guess. Oh my god, I think I lost at least a couple IQ points watching this shit. It was so fucking dumb. It was like these kids who were, I don't even know, they're probably not even 18 years old. And
I think I already know what you're talking about.
You do?
Go ahead, keep telling me.
And people were sending them all this fucking money.
Is it okay? So tell me. I think I know who you're talking about.
What?
Kind of like is it like kind of a dark skin type of dude?
No.
Well, there was this one I saw.
White boys.
There was this one kid, and he just kept saying, "Oh, if you send a super chat, I'll subscribe to your channel. This right now, it's going on for 20 more seconds. You got 20 more seconds to send a super chat, and I'll subscribe to your channel. 10, 9, 8, and count down,
No,
and then he'll start over again. Oh, this is only going to be available for 30 seconds. I'll subscribe to your channel if you send me a super chat." And people send the super chats.
People fall for that shit. And it's like,
yeah.
Okay, the one I saw was these two boys. Like, one was a little bit older. He was probably like, maybe, I would guess 16. And then it was like his brother who was maybe like 14. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And they were like, guys, oh my God. And they had this watermelon. And they were getting these rubber bands. And every time someone would send money, they were putting a rubber band around it. And then it was like starting to explode. And like, oh my God, no, don't. Like, oh my God.
I've seen that too.
So annoying. And people are just sending like $20, $10, money here, money there.
Yeah.
And he's like, if I get 200,000 likes, I'm gonna put 25 rubber bands around it, and he was literally like spitting out of his mouth, like he was just like crazy kid, like not crazy, but like the way they were getting so excited over it, I was like,
yeah.
All I could think about was how these have to be kids, little kids sending these super chats.
Yeah.
And they must be like attached to their parents, like credit cards or something, you know, like how is there's no way an adult is playing this game. Absolutely not. Because I'm sitting there just tripping. But there's some brain rot shit out there.
Yeah, that one that I saw, he kept starting it over, 30 seconds to send a super chat. 30 seconds only. After 30 seconds, it's over.
But then it's another 30 seconds.
Another 30 seconds. He just kept going. I'm like, wow, this little dude. Hey, cool little hustle, little man. But, that's probably...
It is, but...
It's probably going to be
Who falls for that? Who wants a subscriber that bad?
Little kids, man.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be little kids. And they have their parents, like, things attached. And then that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. Ain't no grown adult doing that bullshit.
Ain't no way. You ain't getting my dollar to put a rubber band around a fucking watermelon. I'll go buy my own damn watermelon and do it myself. And jeez, the whole time I was like, where's their parents?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, so funny. All right, let's keep going here. Next we have Nate, who is a Scorpio. It says, working on myself and did the shadow work after a divorce 2 years ago. Looking for an energy reading about the next person coming in. Thanks.
Uh-oh, 501s. By the way, don't make the mistake of ever thinking that I'm done. Just to let you know, take that with you on your journey. It's really hard. We all do it. I did it when I first started on my healing path, my spiritual path. We put this finish line in our mind. I think we're just programmed to think that way, because of the, putting us into school and, like Alan Watts said it the best. Oh, we're preparing you for the big thing. The big thing is coming. You're in first grade and you're going to get ready for second grade. You're going to be one step closer to the big thing. The big thing is coming, So we're kind of programmed to put finish lines in our mind. And we do that when we get on the spiritual path, in the healing path. We put this, finish line in our mind, like, I'm done. I did my shadow work. I'm done. I manifested my life partner. I'm done. I manifested a bunch of money. I have arrived. You ain't never done. Oh, no, it never stops.
It really doesn't.
Ever. So let's just see what is due to come in next. I'm kind of feeling like you're going to be tested. Is the first thing that I'm getting. Yep. You're going to be tested. And there is a possibility that you could have been tested a couple of times already. Most people are tested more than once, most of the time. But you're absolutely going to be tested. Well, this one here, I normally don't get this kind of download with something like this, but it's going to be really, 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 really tempting. Like this is going to, you're going to have to be really, really, this is going to test whether or not you've not just done shadow work, but have gotten in touch with your frequency and your energy. Because this is going to require you to really be in touch with your energy on the inside, because it's going to be extremely tempting, possibly sex-based, and gotta be careful with that. Gotta be real careful with that. But yeah, I mean, as long as you pass any tests, then boom, you're ready. You're ready. You're all good beyond that. Yep. Whoops. Boom, boom. But yeah, you'll be tested. You'll be tempted. Let's see what else wants to come through. Seven of Wands, yep. There might be more than one test, but at least one is going to be very, very, very tempting. Very tempting. Like, for example, everything that you've ever fantasized about sexually, for example, just for example. And if you're not careful, if you're not in touch with your energy, and that pulls the wool over your eyes, that can do that to a lot of people. It can really pull the wool over your eyes. And, there'll be red flags all over the place, but it'll just be the best sex in the world, Just an example. I'm not saying that's exactly how it's going to play out. I'm just giving you an example of what I'm talking about. So there's going to be probably more than one test, but one I think is going to be really, really, really challenging. And there's no way really to fake your way through a test. And also, too, at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, even if I told you everything you needed to know about what you're going to be tested with, you won't pass the test unless you're ready. So beyond that, though, it's all good. Beyond that, wishes fulfilled. You got to be really in a vibration of abundance to make your way through being tested like that. And once we're on a vibration of abundance, then we attract abundance, So yeah, going to be an eventful next few years. There's a very, very likely chance that by the time 2030 gets here, you could be married to your divine life partner. It's possible. It is possible. Shpedi, what's up, buddy? Shpedi, what's up, buddy?
Okay, next is for CS, who's a Leo. Need to know the feeling and intentions of a specific person. He's a Gemini and is all over the place. Hot and cold. Drives me crazy. Almost done with.
Well, let me ask you this. What difference does it make? Just something to think about. Just something to think about. What if I told you this person is madly in love with you and wants to marry you? Then what? Will that make a difference? No. Because when you got somebody who's hot and cold and all over the place and leaving you confused like that, like I try to make this a very, very strong point on my main channel. When energy is off, between you and somebody else, it doesn't matter why it's off. It doesn't matter if it's you tripping or if it's them being fucked up or if it's just both of you, not a vibrational match. Doesn't matter. It ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna read it for you. I'm not saying I'm not. I just want to give you something to think about and take with you on your journey. So let's see here. Very guarded, very, very guarded, very, very defensive. He's one of those types of people that's at war with himself. He doesn't know what he wants. So how do I say this? He has some kind of unfinished business from the past that he's not able to let go of. And I don't really think he has the vibrational bandwidth to connect with anyone much deeper than a sex-based connection. So he's kind of running from he thinks he's going to outrun himself and outrun his problems. And it's driving him nuts. Has an internal mental battle going on because you can't outrun yourself. You're not going to outrun your problems. So I don't really think there's a whole lot about this person you don't know. I don't really think he has a solid set of feelings and intentions. More often than not, probably 80% of the time, when you don't know how someone feels about you, it's because they don't know how they feel about you. Most of the time. Not always, but about 75, 80% of the time. Let's see what the second spread says. Uh-oh, Eight of Pentacles reversed. Temperance reversed. Nine of Wands again. Keeps a lot of secrets too. Yeah, when it all comes down to it, I think he would probably just rather remain single. If he could rub a magic lamp and Will Smith pop out and grant him a wish, he would probably wish to just be single and have nothing but a bunch of sex partners to play with. I think that's what's in his intentions. He's going through that thing where he thinks that's going to be the solution to his problem, whatever he's got going on in here. Can't get too specific. I don't know when whatever happened in here happened that he's trying to run from. But just generally speaking, I think he would rather remain single, and deep down inside would just rather have sex-based connections than open up, be vulnerable, and let someone in. Because in order to do that, you have to face yourself. You can't let someone in without facing yourself first. And if you got somebody who's trying to run from themselves, they damn sure ain't gonna let you in. So, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you to be done with this, but nothing is more important than you seeing for this situation for yourself that, this is not what aligns with my highest good. Now, another little piece of advice. Always focus on what you learned, but let's say you walked into a crowded building and grabbed some random person and asked them about their last failed relationship. And you ask them, what did you learn? What do you think they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you they learned something about someone else, right? I learned this about those kinds of people. I learned that about these people. I learned not to do this for those kinds of people. How often do you hear somebody say, I learned something about me? Very rarely. Always focus on what you learn about yourself. Always. Always, always, always. Okay? All right.
Okay. This one. is for Silent Wish, who is a Virgo. I've been asking if they're in the chat and I haven't gotten a response yet because their question is, will this situation end soon positively for me?
Yeah, I mean,
I was trying to see what is the situation or what.
It'd be nice to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily need to, but if I don't know the details of the situation, it's going to be extremely general. Extremely. Basically, just not much more than a straightforward yes or no answer. Did that come in here recently?
Yeah, I mean, when we started the live, but I don't think they're in the chat. I've been asking if they're in the chat for a while.
Well, I guess I can give a...
Do you want to wait and I can reach out to them? Or what do you...
Nah, I'll go ahead and see what wants to come through. Because that's one of those things that is not mandatory. It's just that for me to be able to give the most detailed explanation and the best advice. Oh, okay. So, whatever this situation is that you're referring to, this is, how am I going to word this? This is happening to aid in your evolution. So, in soon and positively, it depends on how you perceive that. Probably not really. Probably not really. Because this is one of those types of things that whatever it is, I don't even know what you're talking about, but whatever it is altering the trajectory of your path and it's molding you into a new version of yourself. You know, at any given time, the person that you are is a composite of every experience you've ever had and how you responded to those experiences. And this situation is playing a major role in the trajectory of your life path and you becoming the version of yourself that you agreed to come here and evolve into. Let's see what the second spread says. Four ones. So I can't, like I said, I don't know what's going on, so I can't dig in and get too detailed. But the short answer is no, not in the way that you're thinking about or hoping for. But yes, from a different perspective, if that makes sense. This is one of those types of things that 5 years from now, you're going to look back on it and understand why it happened. 5 years from now, you're going to look back, no matter how negatively this plays out or whatever. Mark my word, 5 years from now, I never promise or guarantee anything, but I give it a 99% chance that 5 years from today, you're going to look back at whatever it is that you're going through, and you wouldn't go back in time and in a time machine and change anything, even if you could. So the short answer, according to the perspective in which you're asking me the question, no. But from a higher perspective of what you're going to evolve into through this situation, yes. If that makes sense.
She's in the chat.
Okay.
Did you want to ask?
I mean,
I know it's running.
I guess, yeah. If
Can you
want to
clarify on what?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What kind of situation? I mean, I pretty much read it, but I might be able to give you a few more tidbits if I know a little bit more about what's going on.
Oh, return of my belongings. A return of her belongings.
Oh. Well, whatever the situation is surrounding all of this is what I was focusing on. Maybe it's one of those types of things where you won't get a return of your belongings, but you'll be able to release whatever it is, and the universe can bring you fucking blessings that blow anything out of the water that you lost. Something to that effect. The way I read it, I'm talking more about whatever the situation is, creating that. So whatever reason you don't have your belongings, or whatever that situation is there. One way or another, this is going to be one of those things that makes sense later on down the line. If you're able to give your past an honest look back, if you're able to do that, usually that becomes easier with time, but yeah, you're gonna look back on this and laugh one day. Let's just put it like that.
Someone said, "Thank you for clearing the energy with the sage."
Yeah. You ought to feel it here. Whew. It gets heavy in this house. Good thing we got 3 light worker kitties that chase demons around the house and kick their asses.
They really do.
Yeah, they do. 100%.
I watch Very Good all the time.
Yep.
All right. Hold on one second.
It might be time for this deck to go to eBay.
Someone was just asking about when are you gonna put some on eBay, but I wouldn't want to sell one that has a broken card.
Or should I just keep using that until it rips?
No, it's already ripped. What do you mean?
I mean, until it like rips in half and is unshuffleable.
Is it just gonna rip all the way in half?
I don't know. I haven't really kept a deck long enough for the cards to start ripping before like that, so I don't know.
I think it's fine.
Usually, once it starts shuffling funny, I get rid of it. But I've been trying to make it a point to at least have a little handful of decks that I keep for a long, long time. Like this one here, I've had since 2022. This one here, I've had since 2022.
Jeez, are you serious?
Yeah. These 2 are 3 going on 4 years old. And there's a couple of them. I have a couple of them upstairs from 2021. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right, next we're gonna do Riverside, who is a Leo. Says, will I always have a soul tie with a former love? We both have love for one another, but life happened. His name is Shawn.
Well, that's up to you. One thing I don't like to do is tell people what is going to happen if it's something that you have control of, you know? So it's kind of like, let me see if I can think of an example. It's kind of, okay, so here's, and I don't mean to downplay your experience, but just to kind of give you an example, it's kind of like asking, is this shirt ever going to get cleaned? You know? Well, if you throw it in the washer and clean it, you know? So again, I mean, no disrespect by that. I'm not downplaying but to give you an example of what we're talking about here, a soul tie, that's completely up to you. That's in your hands, 100%. Doesn't matter what the soul contract is, even if this person was your divine life partner. If you really, 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 really wanted to, you could cut, transmute, and completely release and make that soul tie disappear if you really wanted to. So I can look, I guess, and see the nature and status of the contract and the connection. Now, the universe did close the door on this. I don't know if this was a completed contract, but I think the universe did close the door on this. So it's one of those things that it is a karmic tie. And if you were to just go about your life and do the best you can to just deal with it, then yes. And you'll be back in the next lifetime trying it all over again. But if you dedicate your life to releasing the soul connection, and really all it comes down to is transmuting energy. When it all comes down to it, you can cut any soul connection, any karmic tie, just by transmuting energy. Let's see what else we got here. Nine of Swords reverse. Seven of Cups. Devil card. Yeah. So this is definitely, I think, something that the universe closed the door on. So it's officially a karmic tie now. Karmic just means unfinished business. That's all that means. And so whether or not you always have the soul tie is kind of up to you. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. That's not my place. I can tell you, though, that the universe did close the door on this. So usually that just means you'll come back in the next lifetime and try it all over again. I can say that personally, if it was me, I wouldn't want to do that. I would rather release it, heal from it, and shift to a new frequency and see what else I can attract, see what else is out there. So you don't have to, but if you don't do the healing work, then yeah, you always will.
Is that it for that one?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Next we have Christine, who's a Pisces. Why won't my Scorpio 103178 open up to me? Is there a future for us?
If you're in the chat, how long have you been dealing with this person? That plays a major role. Because if it's been longer than like 90 days and somebody still isn't opening up to you, there's probably not a fucking future. But I guess let's look at the energy. Strength reverse. Death card. Well, first of all, I think that, how am I going to word this? He's got a lot of stuff that he's hiding from himself. He doesn't want to face himself. So that's one of those things that's real tricky. If you got somebody that is hiding from themselves, and the main reason why they're not opening up is because they don't even want to face what they have going on in here. And on top of that, though, with all these pages and the Queen reversed, I don't even know if this person is mature enough. I think probably what more than likely happened is the last person he opened up to, it turned into a complete and total shit show. And he just immediately threw his guard up and hasn't really opened up to anybody since. Something to the effect of that. And it requires some emotional intelligence. And I was going to ask, it's a good thing you put the birthday in there, because a lot of times when I see this kind of energy, the first question I'll ask is, are you dealing with somebody who's really young? You're either dealing with somebody that's really young or really immature, one of the two. And that person's 10 years older than me, so not a youngin'. So in order to go through that process where, you do the inner healing work and open up and let someone else in, that's a complex process that can be very, very frightening and uncomfortable. But let me just see what else wants to come through here. Yeah, he lives life on the surface, not just you. So he kind of lives in almost like a delusional fairy tale land where he doesn't really want to let anybody get too close. The last time that happened, he got hurt very badly. And
I'm sorry. She said, did you ask a question? Because she said almost 3 years. Did you ask that?
Oh,
how long?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Almost 3 years.
He
okay.
comes and goes, pushes and pulls.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I mean, 3 years. If it was 3 months, then we might have a little bit to work with. But 3 years? 3 years? Somebody still ain't opening up to you? That's way too long. Way too long. Way too long. I mean, yeah. Because like I said, there's many reasons why a person wouldn't want to open up. But the one that's the most challenging is when they're running from themselves. When they have shit, they don't even know how to deal with themselves. In order to let you in, I got to face myself. And I got to know how to deal with my own shit in order to let you in. If I don't even want to face my own shit, ain't no fucking way I'm letting anybody else in there, So, yeah, probably not. If you've done everything you can, the only thing you can really do is do the best you can to let a person know that you're safe to open up to me. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to use it against you. That's the main thing. The main thing that a lot of people are afraid of is having their weaknesses and their feelings used against them. And if you've done everything in your power to show and prove this person that you're not like that, and they still ain't opening up, it's because they're running from themselves, So, yeah, 3 years. It's probably going to continue like that for the next 3 years.
I said, I can't stay away from him. I've tried to walk away and I can't.
Yeah, you can.
You can. You can do this.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. It has to get to a point where the pain of repeating the cycle outweighs the pain of walking away. It has to get to that point.
Yeah, that's true.
If the pain of repeating the cycle doesn't hurt as bad as the pain of walking away, then you'll keep repeating the cycle. Man, you're not going to really be able to make a decision like that until you have that conversation with yourself where it's like, I am not repeating this again. I'm not. I am not. I don't care how bad it hurts. I'm not going through this again. And the thing is the longer that drags on, the harder it gets because you keep teaching that person how to manipulate you, right? And the better they know how to manipulate you, the deeper they sink them talons in at the deepest level. And you can. Oh, you can. You absolutely can. But it has to get to the point where you're willing to withstand that pain. It's like an overweight person saying, I can't work out. It's too uncomfortable. Yeah, you can. It's painful. It has to get to the point where you're more willing to deal with the physical pain of working out than the pain of looking in the mirror, You can, though.
It's kind of like as you get older too, like you learn like you have to be like the bigger person, like you're not a teenager anymore. You can't just go like punch someone in the face when they piss you off. You're like, oh, I'm mature now, I'm the bigger person. But it's really difficult to be the bigger person sometimes because you really feel like some people need to be punched in the face. It's kind of like that same energy. You're just like, gotta be done with that person. Yeah. You gotta be like, I feel like in this, it's the same a little bit, but a little bit harder.
Well,
or like telling people off. There's so many people I just want to tell off, and I don't, because obviously, one, I don't want to create karma, and two, it's just not worth my energy. And I feel like that's just a part of when you grow up and you mature, and you have to find like that same energy with relationships too. Like you have to be like, all right, I'm not doing this, and even though it sucks and it's hard, it's just part of. I don't even know.
yeah, my worst fear is getting to my deathbed and looking back in regret because I either let fear hold me back from trying something new, or wasted my whole life trying to force something to work my way that was obviously working against me. That's my worst fear. You know, I would never want to be fucking 80 years old, still going on and off with somebody like, God damn it, if I would have just fucking walked away from that, I could have met somebody else. Now I wasted my whole life spinning in circles with this person. That's my worst fear, you know. But you got to get to that point where you're fed up with it, you know.
Yeah. So we still have the course available, the Manifesting Financial Abundance course. I think we're just going to leave that course up. We're just going to keep it up until we're finished with the other one. And we're still working on it day by day. I think it's kind of interesting because every day that goes by, we're kind of like, oh, we can add this or we can add that. Like, we're really taking our time on this next course for you guys. So
I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna be able to slap it together real quick, but
he did, and I was like, don't do that.
It's not going down like that. So
it's not, and I think it's coming out pretty good though.
Yeah.
And that's the course, how to do inner work, right? Is that what we're gonna call it?
Inner work, or understanding inner work. It's just understanding what inner work is in general. If any of you are new to my channel, one of the things that I like to do is take fluffy spiritual terms, phrases, and concepts and bring them down to earth so you understand it, you know, because it's a big problem in the spiritual community where, you know, most spiritual public figures, they rattle off all these very attractive sounding concepts and ideas and buzzwords and phrases, and it sounds very attractive. But most of the time, people don't fully understand exactly what it means. So I want to dedicate one whole course to just understanding what inner work is and how it works. You know, because anybody can say, do your inner work. Okay. How? How do I do that? So I got a whole course I'm dedicating to that.
Yeah, somebody wants to know, will inner work will inner work include transmuting energy?
No, I have that one in the Steps to True Healing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So we have the Steps to True Healing course, and then there's this one, which is like, it sounds similar, but it's going to be a little bit, it's different.
Yeah.
Right? Because that first one is how to transmute the energy, and then this one is more so internal.
Well, I mean, the healing course is focused on just like one thing. Mm-hmm. Inner work is a big blanket statement. And, you know, understanding the mechanics, even down to the fucking neuroscience, the neuroplasticity of your brain, and, you know, the control that you actually have, you know, over your body physically, not just change your vibration. And what does that mean? What does change my vibration mean? So I like to bring things together and put science with it, because changing your vibration actually creates a physical change as well. It's not just woo-wee, fairy vibration energy. No, it's physical. It's very, very physical, you know, so.
And it's been a fun, well, I don't know if I'd use the word fun, but it's been interesting to like look on some of like what our triggers are and stuff, and try to think, what did we do to heal from this? And it's, you have to be like careful how you word it, because I feel like so many people, they process things so different.
Mm-hmm.
So like how I would handle and deal with my triggers is probably different than how you would do yours. So
Yeah.
it kind of just depends
That
on the person too.
That's the tricky part about, helping people on a mass level is figuring out how to say something in a way that hopefully anybody can take it and apply it somehow to their path. You know?
That's why I think adding examples was like really helpful, because you could just say something so generalized for everybody, but that doesn't help you learn unless you have kind of a more like specific example. Like, okay, like for me, I was like abused by my stepmom, and then I buried that. And then when your kids came to us and I was triggered by some things that made me see, oh, okay, this is why she did this to me. And then like for me, like that would be my example. And like, and everybody's triggered differently, but it helps you heal too when you can look back on things and get a different perspective, or just forgive, and then you can catch yourself. Be like, I don't want to be like that. I'm not doing that shit anymore. So when I start feeling like this, I'm going to say, put on the brakes. I'm going to walk away, or, you know what I'm saying? But there's so many different triggers. And then yours is like road rage.
Road rage, yeah. Because I grew up with some craziest road rage. You ain't seen road rage next to what I grew up with. I don't know how my papa didn't end up in fucking prison, but he was insane. And I've gotten good. I over the past few years, since I got my license back, I've gone from road rage to just impatient. So I made progress, but I'm still an impatient driver, but I don't get blinding fucking pissed off like I used to. So progress,
I know. But sometimes you get mad when I'm driving. Like, you can't get road rage when I'm the one driving.
No.
Like, that one irritates me when he's like, oh, this person's going slow. And I'm like, so what? Well, not in a hurry. And he's just like, why are you mad? You're not even the one driving.
One of my biggest triggers is inconsiderate people. I can't stand inconsiderate people. Now, in the area that we live like way, way, way in the back, away from everything. So when you get into our territory, there's these big, long roads that take you all the way to the back of this community of suburbs. And it'll be like a 5-mile road that's just one 2-lane, one-way road going in. And then on the other side, it's a separate 2-lane, one-way road going the other way. And when people ride side by side, and there's a big line of cars behind them because there's people wanting to get around. You got 2 people riding side by side.
Going slow, like below the speed limit. That one is kind of like...
Well, even if it's not below the speed limit, the left-hand lane is the passing lane on any multi-lane one-way road. The left is the passing lane. So you got... I'm thinking, do you not look in your fucking mirror? Do you not see that 10 cars lined up behind you? Oh, no, I don't care. It's just all about me. Blah, 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 blah. And, oh, man. Letting that not eat my lunch is something I've been working on.
Right.
So.
You're funny. All right, we will continue here. Let's see. Next is for Kim, who's an Aquarius. Will I get the night shift job at my current employment?
Gotta see if that's part of your path. Queen of Pentacles. Four of Wands reversed. So there is an energetic blockage right now. There's still something, I'm not sure what, but whatever reason that you are where you are right now, at any given time, no matter what we're doing in our life, whether it's the house we live in, the job we're working, the shift we're working, whatever, there's always some reason why you are where you are that your human brain is completely oblivious to. So whatever that reason is, why you are where you are, whether it's a soul contract or something, it's not quite complete yet, not quite. So it might be a little bit difficult to get the universe to open that door. This is where I like to say what I would do, and you got to be real careful with this, is I would play with some manifestation techniques. When it comes to something little like that, I'm not going to sit and break down the science of manifestation. When it's just something little like that, when you just want to make a little change in your life, that's when I like to go to YouTube and type in how to manifest, fill in the blank. And hundreds of videos pop up, and I just go through and I start doing one a day. Or pick my favorite one and do it every day for 30 days. It's never failed me, but you got to be careful with that, like I said. Because sometimes if the universe really doesn't want you to, if that's really not part of your path, and you get that door to open, you'll learn real quick why that wasn't part of your path. So you got to be careful with that. Let's see what the second spread says here. Five of Wands, yeah. So your cycle isn't quite complete yet, not quite. I would work on manifesting it if I was you. That's what I would do. You know, and like I said, just little things, whether you want to do a full moon ritual. Don't we got a full moon coming up here soon?
Yeah, and tomorrow, I believe, or it's tonight or tomorrow.
Maybe a little full moon ritual. Write it on paper, yellow paper, red ink, burn it under the full moon, sleep with it written down under your pillow. When is it?
Next full moon is in 1 day. I always look on the weather app. It tells you.
Hey, we got a full moon coming up tomorrow. So that's what I would do. Because right now there's still a little bit of a blockage there. Doesn't mean you can't, though. And I do the best that I can not to be that person to give you information that takes your power from you, you know? So I would work on manifesting it if I was you.
You know what's so funny? Like, if the moon, okay, this is a funny thought. So if the moon wasn't such like an important thing, why do we have like on our calendars and stuff like, oh, there's a full moon, and then if you even go on the weather app, there's like the whole entire thing of the moon schedule. And why, like, what is the big deal about the moon being I'm not good with my words, but why is it so detailed if it means nothing? Do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
Well, I mean, any first responders will tell you they get more calls on a full moon. You know, any mainstream scientist or meteorologist can tell you that a full moon will pull the tides to shore.
Yeah, right? I know it has an effect on things, but if you just
go
about your day-to-day life, people are just like, oh yeah, it's just the moon.
Oh yeah, it's just airy-fairy. But it don't mean nothing. Yeah. There
has to be something deeper. If they give you a whole entire calendar of the moon's this, it has a name, this is the waxing gibbous, or this is the whatever.
The next time you run into somebody that tries to say that astrology is just airy-fairy mumbo jumbo, well, then why is it on your calendar?
Why is it on the weather app?
Why is it on the weather app? What difference does it make what the moon's doing if that's just airy-fairy mumbo jumbo? What makes me laugh is that you can literally point to and measure the effects that the sun and the moon has on the planet. Mm-hmm. You can measure it. It changes the temperature of the air. It can kill the fucking plants. It pulls the tides to shore. It completely changes the entire environment depending on how things are placed. But that ain't got nothing to do with your energy. No. I got this little 3-pound gelatinous mass floating between my ears, right? And the moon can affect the fucking ocean, but not this little 3-pound gelatinous mass between my ears. No. Like, People are so stupid, dude. Is that what the point you were making?
I mean, yeah, it's just I don't understand. I don't know. I'm not good with my words today.
Basically, people don't want to accept something that doesn't fit into their belief box. And basically, they're telling us it's important. It's on your calendar. It's on the weather app.
Like there is obviously an importance to it, but I feel like a lot of it's hidden from us too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. But they do have to show us.
Yeah.
They have to show us everything.
Yeah.
So
exactly. It just makes me wonder. Oh, someone says the moon phases are big on farming, especially in the UK. Oh,
exactly.
I wonder, for what?
Because,
but see, we're not taught this stuff,
right?
They hide it. They hide it from us.
Yeah, the position of the sun and the phases of the moon affect things.
It does,
big time. But astrology is just airy fairy mumbo jumbo, right?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, if the sun and the moon they make this huge difference, then they think, oh, but the other planets don't.
Yeah.
No, those other Mercury in the microwave don't matter. No, Mercury in the Gatorades and the microwaves.
Yep. That's what we're working with, man.
Interesting. That's cool. I didn't know that though about the farming. All right, next we have Taylor.
So I do have a 1 p.m. reading.
Oh. Okay.
Maybe.
Why you were supposed to do that before we went live?
I didn't get the time. You didn't get the chance.
You've been up since 5 a.m. Because I felt you wiggle out of bed and I was awake because I was having horrible sleep. All right. Sorry, Taylor. Hold on. Let me give you a new timestamp. We're probably gonna cut this. Obviously, we're gonna have to cut this live short, and then we'll come back for part 2. We'll let you know when we're done with this. Let's just do this one. Okay, Taylor, who is a Sagittarius. What would be the outcome if I reached out to the Cancer I'm in no contact with?
That's a really, I'm going to hit that from a very different perspective. Very, very different. First thing I want to look at is I want to see the status of the soul contract. First things first, if you got somebody like that you're in no contact with, before you think about doing anything, moving forward and finding somebody new or bringing someone from the past back into your life, that old energy has to be cleared. So I would recommend, without even knowing anything about it, I would recommend a closure message first. And that is not a conversation. When you write somebody a closure message, you can't go into it caring about what the outcome would be. This is just to clear the energy. And then, once you've cleared the energy as much as you possibly can, then we think about, do I want to bring this person back into my life? But let me see what the status of the soul contract is. I think that death card. I think this was a completed soul contract. Okay. All right. And this person is very, very guarded towards you. And I think somehow, some way, this person would view you as being weak if you did that. So you probably heard me talk about this on my main channel. I always feel secondhand embarrassment when I talk about this because it's so pathetic. But some people that you're in no contact with are having a competition with you. They want to see who's going to fold under pressure and come forward first. When you have two people, who is the one with the most power and leverage over the situation? The one who cares the least, right? It shouldn't be a factor. That's totally fucking childish and stupid, but with some people it is a factor. And if you was to reach out to this person, that this individual would perceive power over the situation and play with it and take advantage of it somehow, some way. I don't know how exactly, but Page of Swords reversed. The most important thing here, is this is a completed soul contract. Outcome, though, that's a really, really, really layered answer. A really layered answer. How am I going to word this? If you allowed it to get to a point where there's a lot of back and forth going on, then it probably would end up in a reconciliation attempt. And since it's a completed soul contract, it would probably end up in a repeat cycle. So what I would do, I don't know how long you've been in no contact. Close your message first. Clear the energy, because the primary law is the law of vibration. If anyone brings the same vibration back that was there when we parted ways, it's going to repeat the cycle. The old energy has to be cleared, so that's what I would do. If I was you, again, I don't know how long it's been. How long it's been since you all communicated plays a major role in when you do this, but your intentions have to be on point as well. You can't have any expectations of the outcome of that conversation. It's not a conversation. If I'm writing you a closure message, it's not a conversation. I don't care how or if you respond. I'm doing this to clear the air on my end and let you know that the energy is clear. And then you step back and wait. Focus on your healing, focus on reflecting. Usually, from what I've seen on my path, 2 months is my magic number. I don't know what it is about 2 months, but every time I've ever written someone a closure message, 2 months later to the day, when I sit back and reflect on it, I feel a drastic energetic shift. Drastic. So that's what I would do. And then ask yourself if you're interested in bringing this person back into your life. Maybe you will be, maybe you won't be. Cross that bridge when you get to it. But this is a completed soul contract. So I would approach this situation with caution.
Shit. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. All right, we're good.
How many more you want to do?
Oh, we're gonna, I thought that was it. Anyone do?
Okay. No, that's good.
Right. So we're gonna come back 4 p.m., right?
Yep.
4 p.m. Pacific time, and we will finish our list. And then we're also gonna be accepting orders during the break as well. So if you wanted to get on our list during the break, then I will also have that in the comments as well. So
all right, y'all. We'll see y'all here in a little bit.
Bye.